So, as part of our ongoing campaign to create awareness on domestic violence in our community, we decided to talk about the impacts of domestic violence on children. I think it's important to note that with children especially, they don't have to be directly involved in the violence. They can witness it and have the same traumatic events as somebody who is affected firsthand.
We're here to provide a safe, neutral, and child-focused setting for children to visit their significant loved ones, parents, extended family member, caregiver that they don't reside with. We can assist with a supervised exchange between the adults if there's high conflict and tension, so the two adults don't have to have contact with each other. And we can provide visits either in person at one of our 5 locations, or we can provide virtual access. So we do access for some international families, and just through the pandemic, if families were able to visit over virtual means, then we were providing that service for them as well. We're here to support families and children who are in high conflict with separation and divorce, often a result of domestic violence. So we have seen most definitely an increase in calls for service to our programs over the last several months as things have begun to open up a little bit again.
So there's so many of us in Stratford and Perth County who are helping women and children who experience violence. And so basically reaching out to any one of the organizations providing service, and we will put you in touch with the most appropriate service or person that you need to talk to. Whether you're experiencing violence yourself, your children have experienced violence, or if you know somebody, a loved one, and you just want some help around providing support for that person, then absolutely reach out. And we have a website, emilymurphycenter.com. We have we're not 24 hours a day as second stage, so for that you would reach out to Optimism Place. But yeah, just Google services for women in Stratford and all manner of things will come up.
So I think it's really important to recognize that you don't always have to call the police. We have a number of different agencies that can provide support in this type of situation. And as long as you're giving one of us a call, we can start that process of providing support and put you in the direction of who'd be able to help you best from there. It's called the Mobile Crisis Rapid Response Team. It came into effect, I believe it was 2019. So that partners a social worker from the hospital with a police officer responding to calls for service.
So specifically for our supervised access programs, we assist families with, again, the high conflict, separation and divorce, and sometimes there's other factors at play. There might be some mental health concerns, there might be substance abuse issues happening, there may have been an extended absence between the adult and child. Some of that might be because of the pandemic, some of it might be because someone's been incarcerated for a period of time, or after a high conflict separation and divorce, they've moved out of province or out of area and not been able to access each other. So we can help bring those families back together to visit in a safe and neutral space.
You know, women are really good at covering things up. And unfortunately, still in 2022, there is this shame around experiencing domestic violence. So the signs aren't necessarily really in your face or not really overt, but you might see a change in behavior around not wanting to socialize or withdrawn from family and friends, or you might see some physical attributes, so a limp or an unexplained bruise or something like that. You might see someone who is just all of a sudden not themselves. And good friends and good family can usually pick that up. And the best thing I can say is just offer your support. Do you want to talk? Sometimes that's all a person needs in order to start the process of getting better.
The best way is to just reach out and give us a call or visit our website at emilymurphycenter.com under the Supervised Access tab. Primarily, families come to us through a court order for supervised parenting time. But some families agree that the situation isn't great for them. They don't want to put their children in the middle of that conflict. So they'll both agree to use our service either for, again, the exchanges, the on-site visits, or for some virtual access to each other.